Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite, or whatever the case may be. My name is Marcus, and I am the host of the Black Brazil Today YouTube channel, as well as the blackbraziltoday.com blog, where I analyze Brazil from the perspective of race. So, as I often start off some of my videos, I just want to go back and just briefly discuss how this video, the topic for today's video, came about. Uh, Funny enough, it started with just a message that I got off of social networks. So I remember, I think it was today is what, Thursday, it must have been about Tuesday morning, and I was speaking to one of my clients on the phone when at the same time that I was talking to her, I was sitting in a parking lot and I saw a brief flash come up on one of my social networks from the journalist Luciana Barreto. She's, if I'm not mistaken, she's probably still, I think she still works at CNN Brazil. And it was about 11 something that morning. And, her post basically said that, the legendary actress Léa Garcia had just passed. And I remember I was talking to my client on the phone and I was like, oh my God. The client heard my reaction and she was just like, what's the matter? And, I wasn't going to get into the whole story because, how many Americans even know who Léa Garcia is? That's, that's part of the reason why I felt like I wanted to create a blog and a channel. I started the what is now known as the Black Brazil Today channel blog way back in 2011 because I felt that you can get plenty of news about Brazil in English, but it wasn't much that you could find specifically talking about Black Brazilians, the situation with race and social inequality, etc. So that's what I set out to do by creating a blog. I think it was in November 2011, and then eventually I wanted to get into the YouTube game. So, Léa Garcia passed away at the age of 90. That's what I wanted to talk about today. Legendary Afro-Brazilian actress Léa Garcia dies at age 90. She was a reference for many Black actresses. She was the heartbreaking thing about that is she was in the city of Gramado in the state of Rio Grande do Sul in southern Brazil to participate in the annual Gramado Film Festival award ceremony. She was supposed to receive an award, what they call the Oscarito. You see the OSCAR. I wonder where they got that from. The prestigious Oscarito Award. She was supposed to receive it later on that night. She died that morning. And it was like, from what I understand, the event organizers were going to postpone the ceremony. I think this would have been the 51st edition of the Gramado Film Festival and award ceremony. So, it caught me off like, wow, it was just 2019 that the legendary actress Ruth de Souza passed away. I think she was about 98. So Léa Garcia, Ruth de Souza, and the other actress, Zezé Mota. Zezé Mota is, which I guess she would be, let's see, Ruth de Souza was 12 years older than Léa Garcia, and Léa Garcia was 11 years older than Zezé Mota. So I believe Zezé Mota is about 79 now. But these are three Afro-Brazilian actresses who paved the road to open up the path for the performance of Afro-Brazilian actresses in Brazil's media. Because, I've talked about this often, that for many years, you just didn't see Black Brazilians on Brazilian stages and theater pieces. You didn't see them much in cinema or on television. And when you did see Afro-Brazilians, they were always shown in inferior roles, secondary status, stereotypical roles. So it's one could argue that these three actresses, and now two of them are now gone, Léa Garcia, Ruth de Souza, and Zezé Mota, are instrumental in opening the door for Afro-Brazilian actresses to give them the opportunities that they have today. And as you'll see in today's article, today's video, many of today's Afro-Brazilian actresses paid homage to Léa Garcia. Now, obviously I don't have time to cover all of them. I would just feature just a couple along the way. So let me go back. I've been, talking about Brazil since the year 2000. And so I became aware of Léa Garcia. Anybody who gets into Brazil, or if you feel this connection with Black Brazil, many of us are familiar with the film Orfeo Negro, or Black Orpheus. I think it's from 1959. And it was the first film that I actually saw Léa Garcia. I think she would have been maybe 26 at the time of that film. And I just remember the character that she played was such a joyous character. I mean, everybody, all of us know this type of bubbly personality that Léa Garcia performed in that Black Orpheus film. So that was my first introduction to Léa Garcia. I would see other films and novellas and documentaries talking about her or featuring her over the years. Léa Garcia's passing, it just reminds me again that we can't delay when we want to get something done. I can't deny I am a procrastinator. And I was actually planning, I had already done a tribute to Léa Garcia some years ago, if I'm not mistaken. This was from 2016. So 7 years ago, this month, veteran actress Léa Garcia celebrates 83 years of life and 63 years of her artistic career. So this is just a brief story that I did on her in 2000, 7 years ago. So even though I wasn't able to get to the article that I wanted to do, I had featured Léa Garcia in a few of my few posts on the BlackBrazilToday.com blog. But let me see, I had something planned. It was this piece right here. It was supposed to have been from July 27th. So, as it happens, I just didn't get around to it. It was a pretty long piece. And I kept putting it off and putting it off. And, I think she turned 90 in sometime like March. And I kept saying to myself, I have to get this material up. Because, when people get into their 80s and 90s, even 70s, none of us know when our time is going to be up and we're going to be tapped on the shoulder like, your time is ended. So I never got around to posting that article, but I will. I will post that maybe just on the blog, just I don't know, just as a method of closure or something. It's always a little bit sad when somebody as legendary as Léa Garcia passes away. But I want to just talk a little bit about her. Like I said, I think the article that I'm going to post in the future will probably give a little bit more depth to her career. She was still performing up until the age of 90. That's remarkable. So, okay, I already mentioned how I got the story. I learned about this. I think Luciana Barreto was probably the first or most popular Afro-Brazilian in the media. She's a journalist, like I said, on CNN Brazil. I think she was the first one. Well, she was the first one that I got the news from. Later the news was slowly start trickling all over the media in Brazil, and the accolades and the tribute started pouring in as what usually happens when somebody of her status passes away. So let me go ahead and get into this piece for today. Actress Léa Garcia dies at the age of 90. So today's piece I gathered by putting together a number of materials from Barbara Souza, Mateus Ramos, G Show, and O Tempo, the O Tempo newspaper. So these are photos of Léa Garcia, various times in her life. I think these two stills, if I'm not mistaken, are probably from Black Orpheus. Let's see what else here. This is one of her most famous roles as the woman Rosa in I think the 1976 novella Escrava Isaura, one of her most popular roles ever. Okay, so this is from the Jornal da Record, one of Brazil's popular television networks. Léa Garcia, March 11th, 33 to August 15th, 2023. So, actress Léa Garcia, one of the most renowned actresses in theater and television in Brazil, died on Tuesday the 15th at age 90. The actress was participating in the Gramado Film Festival and died in the municipality of Rio Grande do Sul this morning. So, again, she passed away on the very day that she was to receive an award at this prestigious film festival in southern Brazil. Passed away the very morning before the night. She had actually arrived in the city of Gramado. I think she had arrived maybe 2 or 3 days early before the event. She was just hanging out, taking pictures. And fate would have it, she passed away on the very night she was supposed to receive this award for her life work. Okay. These are pictures of Léa Garcia. Obviously, she's younger in these photos. The actress was to receive the Oscarito trophy on the same day, Tuesday the 15th, during the 51st edition of the event. The information of her death was given by the relatives of the actress in a post on social networks. It is with great regret, it is with regret that we family members report the death now in the city of Gramado of our beloved Léa Garcia. The actress's son, Marcelo Garcia, said that Léa had a heart attack and was taken to Arcangel São Miguel Hospital in Gramado, but she didn't survive. This is an image from the theater group. Is known as Teatro Experimental do Negro, or TEN, which means the Black Experimental Theater. That was put together by this man here, Abdias do Nascimento, who I've talked about often on this channel and the blog. He's perhaps the most well-known Afro-Brazilian, let's say modern day Afro-Brazilian civil rights activist. He died in 2011, just 3 years shy of his 100th birthday. I noticed there's a lot of Black Brazilians who live into their 90s. Abdias lived into 97. I think Ruth de Souza lived into 98. You've got Léa Garcia at 90. I have to do a story on Tony Tornado, who is 93 now. He's a very popular actor, and he's known for having been one of the main singers to bring American soul music and put it in make it part of Brazilian culture. Tony Tornado is 93 now. Léa started out in the theater as a member of Abdias do Nascimento's Teatro Experimental do Negro, or the Black Experimental Theater, and was nominated in 1957 for the Best Female Actor Award at the Cannes Film Festival for her performance in the film Orfeo Negro, again, Black Orpheus, which went on to win the Oscar for Best Foreign Film. Garcia was once married to Nascimento. Their marriage, I think they were married for like 4 years. So this is Léa here, and Léa with Abdias do Nascimento. This picture's probably from the 70s or 80s sometime, judging from how he looks here. Garcia was about 19 years younger than Nascimento. She married Nascimento and had 2 children with him. Nascimento is a man who is considered Brazil's greatest modern-day Black civil rights leader. Léa was a pioneer among Black Brazilian actresses and a great activist in the anti-racist struggle. She spoke out often about the place of Afro-Brazilians and the need for them to have a starring role in Brazil's media that was, for many years, Brazil's media just excluded Black Brazilians, or, as I said, kept them in very highly stereotypical roles. The actress accumulated more than 100 productions in her career, being a pioneer among Black actresses, and one of the most impactful characters was Rosa, as I mentioned before, in the soap opera Escrava Isoda from 1976. Léa won 4 Kikito Awards, which is the name of the awards that you get honored with at the Gramado Festival that she was supposed to participate in Tuesday. She won these awards for the film she played in, Filhas do Vento. I think that's from, I don't know, maybe 2004. I've done pieces on that. Hoje Tem Ragu and Acalanto. After the announcement of Garcia's death, numerous Black artists mourned the death of the consecrated actress. Actresses and actors and Black personalities paid tribute to Léa, such as Zezé Mota, Lázaro Ramos, Chris Viana, Luana Xavier, Dan, or they'll say Dan Ferreira, among many others. This is a picture of Luana Xavier, and she was with Léa Garcia at the release of this new book that celebrated her life and her career. Definitely have to get my hands on this book. Um, let's see, Luana Xavier. By the way, she is, I think, the granddaughter of another very important Afro-Brazilian actress. I think her name was Chica Xavier. She says, with a brilliant career of more than 70 years, Brazil says goodbye today to this talented actress who is synonymous with representation, wrote Luana Xavier in one of her tributes. This is Lázaro Ramos. Lázaro Ramos is known as possibly the top Black male actor in Brazil. He's also moved into the director's chair now. In the caption of a sequence of photos of Léa Garcia on his Instagram, Lázaro Ramos thanked her for the years of friendship. He says, "I don't know how to do this farewell, Dona Léa. It hurt. Your vitality, your strength, your joviality, and your talent have always been inspiring. Being able to work with you was a dream fueled by years and realized with much celebration," he wrote. The two worked together on the Mr. Brown television series of 2017. That was a very highly acclaimed television series, mostly Black cast, and it presented Black Brazilians in more of a middle-class setting. This is the actress Zizé Mota, who I said these are Leia, Ruth, or Ruth de Souza, and Zizé Mota are really the big three of most important Afro-Brazilian actresses over the years, who all three opened the doors for today's generation of Black actors and actresses. In an emotional video, actress Zizé Mota spoke about the moment she received the news of the death of Leia, her friend for more than 50 years. Quote, "The day my last living reference is gone. I can't define that day other than a day of terrible pain, the pain of loss. Thank you for everything you've been and are, Léa Garcia. Gratitude," she wrote in the caption. She made a video, and sounds like she narrated it, just showing just a bunch of pictures of Leia in various parts of her career. This is a post by the actress Chris Viana, who affirmed Leia as a reference. She also took the opportunity to thank Léa Garcia for her contribution to Brazilian theater. "May God receive you with much love, Dona Léa. Your contribution to this land was gigantic. What you have done for an entire generation of Black actresses is immeasurable, and no thank you is enough. But I thank you for your history, your career, your legacy, and above all, for being one of my greatest inspirations." This is what actress Chris Viana wrote. Actor Dan Ferreira, who said he met the actress recently at the Gramado Film Festival, also praised Leia's legacy. "Thank you, Dona Léa Garcia. Those who leave a legacy do not die, they rest. Good passage." Just to remind you that the term Dona is just a term of respect that people use in Brazil. It's like, it's like lady, it's like miss. It's a term of respect. So when you see the term Dona in front of somebody's name, it's just a way of giving them respect, right? Actress Thais Araújo, who is arguably Brazil's top Black actress these days, also honored Garcia via her Instagram account. "Now she's the most experienced of us, and we owe her respect and the recognition of which is only possible because she opened the way. Thank you, Leia. Thank you for everything. I love, honor, and respect you." So that's Thais Araújo's post on Instagram for Léa Garcia. This is actress Isabel Filarges, who is also part of the new generation of actresses, Black actresses. She's been away from the spotlight for some years, but she's been slowly coming back and making public appearances and appearing in novellas again. So she paid her respects to Léa Garcia as well. "If I'm here, it's because Leia paved the way. I am because she is. Her legacy is immense, immeasurable. The strength that this woman has, because I believe that the energy remains, is so great. We've lost a great lady, a great reference." So that's Isabel Filarges lamenting the death of the actress of reference. Again, Léa Garcia says, "Adeus, Léa Garcia. It means just, bidding farewell to Léa Garcia. She appeared on the G Show on the Global Network a couple of days ago when the news broke. Upon receiving the news, American actress Viola Davis also paid homage to Garcia. Davis had visited Brazil several months ago to promote her film, The Woman King. On her visit, Davis was invited to a small gathering of a few of Brazil's top current Black stars, as well as Garcia. In a brief message, Davis wrote, "It was an honor to have met you, Dona Leia. Thank you for your contributions to the craft. Rest well." So when Viola Davis came to Brazil, I can't remember what month that was. I have to go back and find that article that I posted, but she was invited to someone's home. You see in this picture here and in the video, and you see a number of Afro-Brazilian stars, public figures. This is, I think this is Dandara Mariana. This is Viola Davis here. This is the singer Isa, the feminist philosopher Djamila Ribeiro. This is Zize Mota. I think this is Thais Araújo. And this is Léa Garcia. So a lot of people were there to greet Viola Davis. Viola Davis has made a number of contacts in Brazil. I spoke about some years ago how Thais Araújo and her husband Lázaro Ramos came to the United States. I think it was to celebrate an achievement for Denzel Washington, and she ended up becoming friends with Viola Davis. And so she's made a connection with Brazil for the last several years, actually. Considered the Dama do Teatro Negro, or the Lady of Black Theater, Leia was to receive the Oscarito trophy at the Gramado Film Festival later that evening. After the news of her death, the organization of the event informed that the award will still be handed out that evening at the beginning of the first session. The actress's son, Marcelo Garcia, received the award in his mother's place on stage at the Palácio dos Festivais. Actress Laura Cardoso, who would receive the award along with Leia, spoke out to mourn the actress's death. "Still not understanding what happened. We were together all these days in Gramado, smiling and having fun, like in the old days," she posted again. So, everybody's death is shocking. It always leaves you just a little bit paralyzed when somebody passes on. But it's just still how ironic. She passed away a few hours before she was supposed to appear with this actress to receive this prestigious award. And that's what she said. Leia the two of them had arrived in the city of Gramado. They were hanging out and having fun, getting ready for the event, and she just checked out just several hours before the award ceremony that night. The Gramado Film Festival issued a note on her death. Léa Garcia had an old history with Gramado, winning Kikito Awards for Best Actress for the film Filhas do Vento of 2004 and the short films Hoje Tem Ragu, 2008, Acalanto in 2013. This is a famous image of Garcia in the Black Orpheus film. At the age of 90, the veteran had a curriculum with more than 100 productions, including film, theater, and television. With a celebrated career in the arts, she was nominated for the award for Best Female Performance at the Cannes Film Festival in 1957 for her performance in the film Orfeo Negro, which in 1960 would win the Oscar for Best Foreign Film representing France. So understand what's going on there. It's like the film was directed by a Frenchman. It was on set in Brazil, I believe in Rio de Janeiro. And it starred all Brazilian actors and actresses, except for the key figure of the female role in that film, which I would find out years later was actually an African-American actress. But this is, as you can see, Léa Garcia was here for this event. She's standing in front of the location where the Gramado Film Festival was to take place. She was there a couple of days before the event. Again, just unexpected, of course. A note from the Gramado Festival continued discussing the actress's passing. Garcia had arrived in Gramado last Saturday, the 12th, accompanied by her son, Marcelo Garcia. The actress circulated daily through the event, where she attended several sessions at the Palácio dos Festivais, or, the Festival Palace. In one of her passages on the red carpet, the actress told the Acontece Gramado website that it was an enormous pleasure in being once again in Gramado. This warmth, this receptivity rather, with which the city welcomes us. Here is a slight taste of chocolate in the air. Thank you to everyone who makes the festival, whoever is participating, whoever is competing. Here, I always feel prestigious. This is a photo from the 1976 novella starring, Léa was not the star of the film, but she was highly recognized for the role that she played as Rosa in Escrava Isoura. I was reading a story the other day, and it kind of reminded me. There used to be a American television series called Dallas, and I used to love that series. I remember watching it in syndication, and I remember the stories about how the actor who played the villain, the lead character of that series, Larry Hagman, people would attack him in the streets. Women would come after him, insulting him, and want to attack him because he played the villain's role of J.R. Ewing with such conviction. And Léa Garcia revealed in an interview that the same thing happened with her because the Rosa character in the Escrava Isoura novella was also the villain of that novella. And she played that role of the villain so well that people would harass her in the streets. That's kind of what it reminded me of when I read that about Larry Hagman many years ago. At the age of 90, the veteran had a curriculum with more than 100 productions, including film, theater, and television. I'm just repeating this because this is actually from the Festival Gramado website. This is what they wrote about Garcia's passing. Acting in productions for television, cinema, and theater, Léa consolidated a career of outstanding roles in productions such as Selva de Pedra, Escravas, Isolda, Chica da Silva, and O Clone. She was a key player in breaking the barriers of characters traditionally destined for Black actresses. Thus, she became a reference for young actors and admired for the quality of her performances. Léa was still active in the performing arts. In 2022, she starred in the feature films Barba, Cabelo y Bigode, Pacificado y O Pai da Rita. On August 14th, she had confirmed negotiations with TV Globo, or Global TV, which is Brazil's top television network, to act in the remake of the popular soap opera Renascer. I saw an article today. I didn't get a chance to read it, but with Léa Garcia's passing, they're trying to figure out who was going to be the veteran Afro-Brazilian actress who's going to take the part that Léa Garcia was supposed to play. This is from a short film called O Dia de Jerusa. It's a short film from 2014. Another recent highlight in Garcia's career was starring in the 2014 short film O Dia de Jerusa, meaning Jerusa's Day. It was directed by Afro-Brazilian filmmaker Viviane Ferreira, who I've known Viviane for a number of years, even though I haven't talked to her in a while. The film wasn't selected for any of Brazil's national film festivals that year, but it was featured during the programming of the Short Film Corner, a showing of short films for the 7th edition of the Cannes Film Festival held in May that year in France. So it's something that I wanted to point out in that article from 2014, that Black Brazilian filmmakers have been coming up in recent years, but it was intriguing that even as they were being ignored by Brazil's film festivals, a lot of Afro-Brazilian film directors were being honored in film festivals around the world, in Germany and France and other countries. Several films have been shown in African-American film festivals in the United States. So it was just intriguing that these Afro-Brazilian filmmakers are getting recognition outside of their own country that doesn't seem to want to recognize them. That's been slowly changing as well. Afro-Brazilian directors are rising so much that it's to the point you can't ignore their work anymore. Just some months ago, a film by an Afro-Brazilian director was being considered for the foreign film, a nomination in the foreign film category for the Oscars of the coming, I think for next year. He didn't end up getting the nod, but just the fact that his name came up as a possibility, it just shows that Afro-Brazilian directors have come a long way. The night of the Gramado Award ceremony, Marcelo, this guy here, Léa's son, received the award that was to be presented to his mother. The Oscarito Award was to honor her as her work as an actress for her career. The event organizers had decided to postpone the tribute, but Marcelo chose to go up on stage at the Palácio dos Festivais in deference to his mother. Emotional, wearing white clothes and dark sunglasses, He said he would never sleep peacefully if he hadn't or he didn't receive that award that night. Okay, so this is him again receiving the award. There's a video of a short video of him at this film festival receiving this award in his mother's honor. He says, people wanted to stop the festival. I said, no, it's her wish. Léa was born on stage. She loves the stage. She loves theater. She loves TV, cinema, he said. She leaves a legacy to many who are starting out, to those who have fought, who are fighting, to those of us in the culture. I only have one thing to say that she would say: don't give up. Don't give up. So that's the little tribute that I wanted to pay to Léa Garcia. She will be missed, but just with any artist, whether they're a musician, actor, or whatever, the person is gone, but their work remains. We can always turn on a DVD and be able to see Léa live in the flesh, doing what she did for what I think it was maybe 60 years or so, 50 or 60 years. So I'm gonna close this video out here. Just a little piece of Black history here, Afro-Brazilian history. So I'm curious to know what your thoughts are about this particular piece that I posted, and definitely leave your comments in the comment section. Share this video, like this video. Consider subscribing to the channel if you've seen more than a few videos that you really liked. Click on that notification bell so that you receive updates of the newest videos that I've posted. And with that said, I'm going to end the video here and ask that you all tune in for my next video.